doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks. Really nice to see you guys again.
So without much ado, I want to welcome Camilla Nontra.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. I should come to you every day when I need.
Correct. This is Sudan.
Wow.
Sudan. Believe it or not, Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt.
Interesting.
Begin to think in a Pan-African way, because they now see that their conditions are not just about that local space, but the condition is linked to all of the other.
Good morning.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Jesse, go ahead, Mom. Having technical issues.
No problem. Good morning, everybody. I know it's been a while since we've had an opportunity to grace you with our presence, but we are here today, and as usual, we are joined by wonderful guests. So first, I would like to thank God and bless Him for Him. We have our being, and I also want to say hello because it's been a while since I've seen my co-host Fred Nantra and catch you. We had Fred. Fred's gonna come back. But today, we also have someone wonderful joining us as a guest. This person has been all over TikTok. You probably have seen her on TikTok, either when she was in the United States or when she was in Ghana, talking about her travels abroad. And we wanted to bring that personality here to talk to us a little bit about her experiences and answer any questions that you all might have, because some people are curious about it. So without further ado, I want to introduce you once again to the world, Miss Sarah Waakye. Yay! How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. You know, I came across your TikTok videos because one of the things I do for this show is I just look at who are the up and coming people on TikTok. So if you know Indigo Coast, we've had her on. Yolanda before she blew up and got famous.
Yeah.
We had her on. But you know, the Black TikTok circle is very, very small. It feels like you know everybody once you get to see their videos.
Yeah.
And because we know that TikTok is also very racist and trying to push all of us off of the platform, we tend to cling together. So
True.
when I saw your videos and I saw you talking about your travels abroad and how your experience in Ghana was, and you know, even doing some comparison between like what you experienced in Ghana versus what you experienced in the United States, I was like, nope, this is somebody that we have to bring on the show and hear from. So first, introduce yourself to the people. Tell people who you are, where you're from.
My real name is Sadie, but Sarah means the same thing. They have the same meaning. But I am from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised.
Detroit?
Yeah, but I reside in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, best of both worlds. We got Detroit and Cashville in the building. So let me just get started with, you know, the first post I saw about you was during the time that you spent in Ghana. Tell us a little bit about what attracted you to Ghana and why you went.
Okay. So the very first time I heard about Ghana, now I tell everybody that in school, they teach us about the continents, not about the countries inside the continents.
Right.
Okay.
And so this is when they were called Ghana braids at first. And then they're called feed-in braids. But I had some Ghana braids and I was at work and a guy walked up to me and he said, "Are you from my country?" And I was like, "What country is that? What country?" "I'm from America." "This country?" And he was like, No, Ghana, Africa. I was like, Africa or Ghana? But I didn't know. So I was like, so I didn't really know. And he was like, "My country is Ghana. Your hairstyle, that's the hairstyle that the women wear there." And I was like, okay. So I went on break and I Googled Ghana. And then I went on to YouTube. And then I went on to Facebook. And I went on to Instagram. And then I just fell in love with Ghana. So I did a lot of research. I learned so much about Ghana. I became obsessed, kind of. But I fell in love. Ghana was like my getaway, kind of, like from a lot of stuff that was going on around me. So yeah.
Oh.
But, Yep, a simple question is what led me to Ghana.
Oh, have you asked her the origin of her name already?
Oh, no, we
Waakye?
haven't answered. Yeah, what's the
Waakye,
origin of your
Oh,
name?
Waakye is just the food. It was my favorite when I got to Ghana. Like I tried everything, and then Waakye, like, okay, so there's a couple of sellers. You have to try, but you have to be careful though. And some people wasn't hitting, like, but there was this one Waakye. There was this one Waakye seller, and I just fell in love with her Waakye, and I just had to have it every morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, at first I was in love with tacos, but then it went from Sarah Tacos to Sarah Waakye. So
Nice.
Oh, interesting. So I have a question for you, Sarah. After doing the research on Ghana, what made you decide to take the trip? Like, what was the thought process? Because I do know that a lot of African Americans, and I met a couple of guys over the last weekend where they said, "Oh, we need to go," but then we asked them, "What's stopping you from growing?" So, how did you break through after doing research and then take that trip?
Okay, so I started doing research. That was 2016. So I would say that okay, so I started doing research, but what made me like just do it was I believe her name was Lycia75, and I started looking for African Americans moving to Africa.
Okay.
But it was really like out all around the world. But Africa, I was like, I have to do Africa, because at first I was kind of feeling Thailand, and I was like, okay, I like this, what I'm seeing. But it was a place I was looking for, a safe space for Black people.
Yes.
Basically. And I saw so many people moving to Ghana, but before that, it was the year of return. And I was just like, I have to get there, because all of my friends that I met were saying, like, are you going for the year of return? And I couldn't go. But I stayed, like, into it, like looking, and then I saw that more people were moving, and I was like, wow. And the more I did research, of course, when you look for stuff on YouTube, more things are going to populate.
Yeah.
So I would click on stuff like the most dangerous areas, and the most, how the I guess you would say real estate is in Ghana and whatnot, like that. So I was just like, I want to look for land, and I want to see what the farming is like and stuff like that. So that I talk about it all the time on TikTok, how it was hard to get there. And I'm not talking about money wise. Like I kept running into things like I lost my brother, and then divorce, and then my younger brother, the day that I was supposed to board the flight, this was when I found out about I had a false positive COVID test. That's another topic.
Y'all saw the air quotes, right?
Yeah. That's another topic. But the day that I was supposed to board the flight, I got a call that my other brother had been basically kidnapped, robbed, and shot.
Oh,
wow.
So it's just like, yeah, it was like so many obstacles that were like in the way, but I was determined. And I'm just like, at this point, I think I was numb to so many things happening. I'm just like focused, and I'm like, okay, well, you would get a feeling when something's like for real going to happen, or or you could just be calm and whatnot. But that's what it was for me, and I was just like, I gotta go. I have to get here, because for me and my family, I noticed that I'm the baby girl, but I have a group that's under me, and they all look up to me. And I said, I have to do it for my family. I have to do it, like, for my brother. One of my brothers passed away in 2019. So I said, I have to do it. I have to do it, because no one believed that I would. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And they were like, oh, I'll believe when I see it. So when I got there, I had to post, like, okay, I made it here. I did it, so yeah, that was like the starting part. But
well, I want to talk a little bit, because you had a TikTok about the false positive COVID. I want to talk about the different ways in which the healthcare providers try to disincentivize African Americans traveling to Africa.
Yeah. Okay. So now, before getting the test, the vaccine, of course, when you go get the vaccine, they want to tell you this whole list of stuff, and they ain't never been to Africa a day in their life.
Right.
They want to tell you all this stuff, and they cost. My the vaccine, the yellow fever, could cost up to almost $400.
Yeah.
Depending on where you go. And so the more, that's big pharma. They get money, right? So that was one part. And then the other part was my COVID. You had to have a COVID test before boarding the plane. And so I went to this office, and I don't know why I did not follow my gut feeling, my first mind. I went to this office. Now, when I went into this office, it was a Bougie office. This was like in Brentwood, Tennessee. And so when I went there, I paid for my test. I believe I paid for it afterwards. But when I went into I went to the back, there was a nurse and there was a doctor that came in. And so when the doctor, there was a nurse that administrated my test originally. And she was actually cool though. But it was the doctor. I think that the nurse was maybe Hispanic. But when the Caucasian lady came in, she was like, When she came in, she was like, she changed the atmosphere. But it was like a moment where she was like, yeah, so where are you going? But you already know where I'm going because I already filled out this paperwork. Yep. Oh, yes, where are you going? So I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Africa. Yep. And it was like that moment we stared into each other's eyes. And then she was like, oh, don't worry. It'll come back positive. It'll come back negative. And I was like, okay. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I had. I'm like, oh, she about to sabotage my test. That's all I felt. And I tried to be positive about it even after leaving, like even praying, like, God, please don't let anything bad come about because I'm ready to go. Like it's been since 2019 that I've been trying to go. So yeah, they said, well, she told me to wait, that I would get, they would contact me. She said they would contact me through text message. They would update the portal. They would call me and email. They didn't do any of that. So I was just like, okay, so maybe I'm good. So I could just call and tell them, well, maybe they can just email the paperwork so I can board my flight. And so I went to call the lady. I called the office, and then that's when I gave them my name. They was like, oh yeah, you're positive. And I was like, what? I said, how? That was my reaction, like how? Because what I did was I quarantined. So I knew it wasn't true. I quarantined. So there's no way from me getting into the car and driving to this location, administering my test, and tell me, oh, you're positive. And I was just like, I wanted to, Pastor. I wanted to say so many things on that phone, but I was just like, when I hung up, and the individual that I was with was like, get a second opinion. So that same day, I went and got 2 more PCR tests. And I had to tell everybody that I had came in contact with. Everybody else went and got PCR tests. Mine came back negative. Theirs came back negative. And I was just like, I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it wasn't crazy. Because they try to gaslight you and act like, make it like that you're making this up. No, this is impossible. I know science. So I was just like distraught. So I called her back after I got all of our test results and everything. And I called her back and I was just asking questions before I went into saying like, hey, I got these negative tests here. You lied. You made this up. I didn't do any of that. I was just like, yeah, so I have a couple of questions, And she was like, yeah, you're positive. You're positive. You're very positive. And I was just like,
very positive.
I was about to say, what the hell is very positive?
She just kept stealing. I was so mad. Like I was getting so angry, and I was just like, she's really, and it was, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, or there's been situations where you feel unsafe because like you're being attacked, basically. Yes. And that's how I felt. Like I didn't have anybody to protect me from this. Like, for one, she's palm colored. They have, like I said, they have so much power in the big pharma. And in the United States, they have so much power. Just you look at them wrong, and we in trouble, right?
Right.
So when that happened, I was just like, I called her and I did give her a piece of my mind, but then she was like telling me, oh, you can come back. After I said, well, why do I have 2 false tested in front of me? That PCR test taken within the same 72 hours. And then that's when she kind of like stumbled over her words. She got to stuttering. And then I was just like, yeah, Yeah, I just knew it. Like that goes to show. It makes me think about Emmett Till. Like that goes to show how they will lie and they will make up stuff and imagine how many people in the world or just in the US alone, Black people alone, that got false positives and they had to quarantine, or they probably administered the test and gave it to them. You know, it's like it just blew my mind, but I had to cancel my flight. And I ended up coming out of pocket again, but I was so determined. I was like, I'm going to pay. I'm going. And but yeah, and she called the health department. Anybody that I know that ever had COVID, they never got a phone call, but she reported me to the health department. She tried to make sure that I did not leave this country.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, yeah, that hurt, cut me deep. But yeah.
So the funniest thing about this whole situation, right? The first thing, you know, I'm in North Carolina, so I mean, racism abounds, right? So we have people around, not in my area, but outside of this, it ain't too far for Trumpism. So, anyways, like we got the racists out here, and the first thing they'll tell you is you should go back to Africa. That's what they always say, like go back. So when we get our passports and we like, all right, we out. And they like, well, hold on now. First was the battery of shots. So I know, you know, I talked about this in another show, but like they were telling me about shots that I had never even heard about. And I was like, what? They said yellow fever, which I had done my research and I knew Ghana said yellow fever. That's it. That's it. Right.
Exactly.
They was like yellow fever, hepatitis A, B, and C, rabies. What was it? Something vertigo. Like all this stuff. And I'm saying like, and you want me to get all these shots that you make money off of. Number two, you want me to get all these shots on the same day. So you just mixing stuff and just inject me with all of this stuff. Right. And number three, Ghana didn't say none of that. Right?
Exactly. I said, what do I need to get into the country? And she said yellow fever. I was like, give me that. That's what I pay it for.
Then they try to do the scare tactic, right? So if you like, nah, I'm just gonna get the yellow fever, I'm good. Like I got yellow fever and the hepatitis because my insurance is covered. So I was like, all right, I'll get those two. They said, oh, so you're not gonna get the rabies shot? And I was like, what you think I'm finna do over here? You think I'm finna be out here hanging out, like
playing with dogs and wolves?
So it's crazy. And so, like, you know, I can only imagine that for somebody who didn't do the research, right? Who didn't do the research ahead of time, we tend to have a tendency to just trust what a medical professional tells us because it's our doctor. Yeah. So if they tell you something and they scare you enough, it makes you feel like, okay. But now COVID is a whole new arena because every country, every state has different COVID policies. And, you know, nobody wants to knowingly bring in somebody who has COVID, right? So they like, oh, you know, get the test. And that's why your story resonated with me so much because I'm like, man, you done got past the vaccines. You done got past all the hard stuff and they still hating, right? They like, yo, we can't have you going over and meeting your cousins.
You can't know what really happened though. Like they don't want us, like they don't want people to know how beautiful Africa really is.
Absolutely.
And how non-violent it really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're saving it for themselves. That's what it is. They're saving it for themselves because I can guarantee a lot of is it white people or Caucasian? Whichever one it is you guys feel comfortable. I just call them what I call them in my dialect. A lot of them, they know they travel. So they've been to all these places that are third world and somehow they invest in property. They go there yearly. And it's like, if it's that bad, why do you take time out from here to go to a third world country that's so dangerous and so bad?
Exactly. That part. That, you know, what blew my mind was when I was there, like everything that you said, like when I was there, they were like, there were some in a bunch, but there were the ones that were like trying to recruit. They were coming there to like recruit. Like I would be somewhere sitting, I just like to watch. I would literally watch them come and try to recruit people, you know, because to build like their houses and stuff like that. And it's like, for me, I try, and this is something that they put out into the media that, like, you know, we were talking about the shots and stuff. They put this stuff like rabies. Okay, so red goat is a delicacy there, right? So why would we need a rabies shot? Because in America, we think like, oh, we need probably, if we get bit by a dog, we need a rabies shot because they might have rabies, right? This place was so clean to me. It was just like, what? Like, I was just like, you know, just like the way they put things out into the media.
Yes.
And then the way we have to educate. And sometimes it could be triggering or frustrating because when a person says, I'll never go to Africa. And I just came back from Africa. They're like, oh, I'll never go there. And I'm like, why? Tell me why. Well, because they have this. Oh, who told you that? I said,
right.
So you there. But, and so what someone, yesterday I was on a phone call with someone and they made a joke. And I was like, where you get that? They was like, well, that's all I see on TV. And they were like, so we laughed it off. But I was like, yeah, that is what it is. It's what they put out there on TV. So they want to put the bad things, or not even bad, like, because it might be even like villages. It might be their culture, right? But you will have some YouTubers will go there and they will film like bad areas.
Yeah, exploitation. Yeah.
Yeah, like they would film some stuff just to get like a catch on YouTube so that you can click on it and stuff like that. And it's like, what? Like, it just blows my mind still. Like, and I just like want all of my people to know, like, I tell people, hey, I'm all over the place. I don't really have a niche for real on TikTok, but I do want my people to come together. I do want my people to know that Africa, there are safe spaces for us in Africa, that we can come together and we can build and we could do so much more. And we don't have to, you know, we don't have to worry about Karens for real.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree. So just to add to what you're saying, it's crazy because I've seen a lot of Black people that will go to Bali, even though, let's be real, Indonesia is a third world country. They would rather go there, invest their money there, and they'll tell you it's not dangerous. But without even going to the continent, they'll tell you the continent is dangerous. And it's like, how do you know? Because somebody like me that I've lived there, when I came here, I thought here was dangerous.
Oh, we are dangerous. That's
Even till this day, there's certain neighborhoods or certain cities you can't convince my mom to live in because she still thinks it's dangerous. This is somebody who was born in the village, raised in Lagos, lived in all over, but for her, there's certain places that are no-go. So it's like, interesting. Where we're coming from, it's dangerous. We have wolves. They're just dogs that are waiting to eat people. But then here, it's so safe. I don't understand. It's such a weird narrative. Even the way that Europe is portrayed. I lived in Europe. There's a lot of knife violence. There's a lot of pickpocketing and stuff like that. But anytime people envision Europe is like, oh, this cultural place where the food is good. But when it's Africa, is like they're showing you a video from maybe 1988 or 1960 of starving kids. And it's like, there's starving kids everywhere.
Yeah, really. It really is. It really is.
It's crazy. It's very unfortunate, especially from healthcare providers. It's like, what really is your vested interest? That's my question. What is your vested interest?
Well, they take an oath that says do no harm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
anyway, the friend of the show, Jada, says,
hey, Jada.
Hey, Jada, and she has a few comments. She said both, but I think she's talking about Caucasian and Caucasian and white becomes synonymous.
Those are the nice ways of saying it.
Then I think she's talking about Sarah. Okay. I don't know why. Jesse, can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
So she says they need only to plant a seed. We people provide more free advertising than companies could ever afford.
That's gospel.
Facts.
That's gospel. Well, see, like I always want to explore that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, America knows its history. They don't want to acknowledge it, but they know its history. So everything that they have was built by us, and they just took credit for it. And I'll say the one thing that America does really well is branding and military.
Yes,
Those are two things.
That's yeah.
So we can take that flag across the whole world and talk about how great we are when people have seen white folks running up on the Capitol, trying to overthrow the government. People have seen police brutality. It's like 3 black people killed on the nightly news in your city every day. Right. So like all this stuff is happening. And then what they do is when they go overseas, like if you watch TV overseas, they don't talk about a lot of black stories, like African American stories. They talk about the white people and like what white folks are, Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Bezos, all those people. But what's funny is every time, like, you know, I talk about them a lot, but they had that old commercial when I was growing up with the dude that looked like white Santa Claus, and he'd be, you know, in Africa with some kids. And I was like, you know, that was filmed like 2 blocks away from my house where I grew up. Right? So it's like he's like, oh man, just $1 a day could do so much. And I was like, I'm still waiting on my $1 a day.
Right.
So,
for real.
So I agree with Jordan. I think that the whole thing is designed just to be kind of like a psychological warfare to convince you to not do things that enhance yourself. Agreed. I've yet to hear anybody who went to Africa, any black person, I'll say, who went to the continent and came back and was like, oh, I would never go again. Oh, I hate it. I had such a horrible experience. Because the people are way cooler. Like, they're super nice, right? The food is like fresh. Like, you're going to be eating better food and probably better tasting food than any 24-hour drive-through window you'll ever be able to find here. And I think, you know, that's not to say there's no such thing as a perfect place. So there's no place is going to be perfect and everybody has their issues. But I'll say, you know, it just seems like America wants to capitalize on us believing that somehow being here is the end all be all so that they can continue to discriminate against us and continue to treat us differently.
Yep, that's true. You know, even when it came to like the food there, when I got there, before going to Ghana, like I was coming out of this major depression that I was in after losing my brother. So before that, I was doing CrossFit and powerlifting. I continued to do the powerlifting, but the CrossFit, I had, you know, because I fell in love with the powerlifting. But so my taste buds were different anyways. So when I went to Ghana, the portions were so big. The food was so fresh. And then when I got back to America, I couldn't eat for almost 3 months. I had jet lag really bad, but I couldn't eat this food here. Like, even like, because I don't really do fast food for real. Like McDonald's, I don't remember last time I had McDonald's. So, but when it came to like just the food, just like even just chicken, like I was just like, it's like chicken. It tastes like I can taste the stuff they pumped into it. Like
polyols, unsaturated
things you can't even pronounce.
Like it was just like, oh man. And then it was like wanting to leave out the house, literally walk to a vendor somewhere. And I was like, oh, the reality set in and it hurt. Like it really hurt me because I was here for, I got back here and it was almost 3 months that I was in Ghana. So when I got back here, I'm like, I can't go and walk and get Waakye. I can get some suya somewhere, you know? And then it was just like my anxiety kicked right back in, slowly but surely. And I was just like, wow, I got COVID when I got back here. I got COVID for real when I got back to this country, the United States. But yeah, like the food was just the fruits and veggies, like the avocados. I talked about that. It was huge. And I was just like, wow, like, you know, but Africa is our home, y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I realized that I was like, I gotta get ready to move. And like tell my people, like my family now, they're like really on it. Like they're like, oh, we gotta go. Yeah, y'all gotta go. But yeah.
Interesting. So tell us about some of the things you got up to when you were in Ghana, and you mentioned moving. Is that actually something that is in the pipeline, or tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so it's so when I got to Ghana, I did so I met with a couple of African Americans that were, you know, in Ghana as well. And then so like they showed me some places, and then I met with some Ghanaians. That were, you know, already in the country too. And then they showed me around musicians. Ghana has some talented people. Okay, do you hear me? Like such talented people. So when I went to different areas, I went with a couple of police officers to a funeral. Now, forgive me because this, like how I am, I'm just like, if someone tell me, hey, get dressed, we about to go here, I'm excited. I just went. And I can't even tell you where it was. I can say, oh, it was 3 hours away. I know this ride was 2 hours, and stuff like that. So when it came to like traveling, like I went to the Capitol and I went to the castles, of course. Mm-hmm. Even when I mention that, it makes my heart jump because it was painful. Mm-hmm. Like it was like the spirits, it tugged on my spirit so much so that like I had to I lost footage. That hurt really bad too. That I lost footage of Elmina Castle and Cape Coast Castle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I went and I learned. I learned about I went to someone's farm and I got to see the pineapples. Like someone had a pineapple farm, avocado, mango, coconut farm, and just the soil is different. Mm-hmm. And look, it's hot now, right? In America, like it's hot right now. Everybody's talking about how hot it is. When I was in Ghana, it didn't feel like this. And I'm like, I went around, I guess you would say I was there around this time in May too. So from May to like the middle of July. But it wasn't even this hot. The sun shines different in Ghana. So I learned a lot about like the history, the culture, the namings and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just a lot. Like in those 2 months, like I went and met a music director that produced videos. Some of the like biggest artists in Ghana, like. I got to watch them make a video, so it was like I learned, like I witnessed a lot of different things. I did church, went to church in Ghana. That was so fun. We have the African dance, and then when we go to our church here, it's totally different in America. Mm-hmm. But when I went to church in Ghana, it was just an amazing experience. It turned into a photo shoot afterwards, so it was like I met so many people. I literally met people on the go and became friends with them, and still friends with them, male and female, and still friends with them. And like they literally took me in and made sure that I was good. And like there was no one that I wasn't around that would look at me and be like, "Are you good? Are you sure you're comfortable?" Stuff like that. So yeah, so I did a lot. And I ate a lot too.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad.
I enjoyed the food. I went to some of. Okay, so I went to is it a brewery? A brewery?
Yes.
I went there. Yeah, I went there, and that's into the mountains.
Yes.
And then I went to. Now this place was not. I don't want to call it the slums. I forget the name of it. Was Rastas. They were Rastas. And look, when I say
it's in a brewery, yeah.
No, this one isn't in a brewery. Like it's closer to the ocean. It's in Accra, but I don't remember the name of. This isn't a village. Like like by some markets. There's some markets, but this place is by. But we went into these locations, and there were Rastas. And I'm from Detroit. Mm-hmm. So, we gang up there. So I was in open territory. So I'm just like, there was a girl, she had her hair. It was done like a little girl's hair, but she had tattoos all over her face. But they were so sweet. They were so nice to me. Oh, are you okay? You can sit down. I was like, oh, okay. And look, you can't go into someone's territory and you just gonna chill. They were like, okay, who is this? Where are you from? Like, what side of town are you from? Are you East or West? What's your family's last name? Right. Like that type of stuff they'll ask. Like,
who approved you?
Yeah. Like did the big homie let you in here? Right. So when I was in Ghana, that was like the mindset that I had when I was like, are you sure? And so when I went there, well, oh, you're here, sit down. And how are you enjoying your stay? And I'm like, oh, I'm liking it. But I when I tried because there were people in my comment section when my first video went viral. I did 10 videos. And so this was before, like, I only had like 150 followers, and I really did not expect that for real. I literally woke up to messages. People were messaging me on WhatsApp, and my sister called me. It had to be like maybe a day went by, and I would just post on TikTok and just, okay, whatever, because it was never really, I never was on TikTok like that. And then I was getting calls, and someone was like, you're trending in all over Africa. I don't know the blogger's name. I don't remember his name, but I could find him. He'd gotten my video. And that's when everybody was like, the biggest blogger in Ghana got your video posted on his Instagram. And I was like, I am shy, okay? You will see 7 seconds to 3 minute videos of me on TikTok, but I'm shy. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know. So yeah.
I was about to say, is it Watermaya?
Not Wode. No.
Okay.
I wish. Look, I wish. I wish. Because I followed him from the beginning, but I forget his name. But whoever he is, he's a blogger. He's more so on Facebook and Instagram. But I'll have to find his name. But it was so much, like so many people in my comment section, and some people, the naysayers, their comments were like, well, people are still, they were talking about the slums, and they were talking about this. And I was like, well, to be honest, we know about those parts. We do. That's all we knew about those parts for a long time. And I had to tell them, like, I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here to show those parts. Now, if you got some business ideas where we can both, we could both market and make money together. Yeah, but I'm not going to come to Ghana and say, hey, look at this.
Right.
No. Because guess what? I grew up in Detroit. I go to Detroit and do that. Hey, look at this. Look at this.
That's
hey,
right.
someone else just got gunned down. Like, so I didn't come for all that. So my goal was to come and experience Ghana for myself and come back and tell my people about it. And I feel like I did. And I still want to do that. So, yeah. I love me some Ghana, y'all.
Yeah, it's just so y'all know, I was watching Sarah's videos in preparation, as part of my preparation to go to Ghana. So I was like, okay, what part is this? I'm gonna be there in a month. I know I was getting on her nerves. Like,
that makes me so excited. It makes me. I feel like my job was done. Like my work is working. For someone to come and ask me like where to go, or to say that they did it, they went. I'm like. And I'm telling my family, like, look, they went. Like, I'm showing my phone, like, everything, like, they did it, But it makes me proud. And it makes me proud because it's something I would call my dad and tell my dad. Or even my brother. Like, my brother, when everything was going on, before he passed, like, the last phone call we had, he said, go to Africa. He said, don't worry, because at the time I was married. And he was like, don't worry about him. He's going to be okay. Go to Africa. Don't let nothing stop you. Go to Africa. And I did. And that was our last phone call. And so I was just like, so when you were messaging me and asking, I was like, oh, I was so excited.
Like, sir, it's 3:00 in the morning, but I still got a question.
And look, she's like, okay, anybody got any questions? Like, but that's my job, like, is to bridge the gap. That's all I want to do is bridge the gap for real. Yep. Right on.
That's one of the reasons we and Jesse created the show, to bridge that gap, and it's important. And it's interesting that you do it reverse what people do. People actually take pictures of slum to make a point, and by you taking pictures of the slums in Detroit to also make a point. And more grace to you, as they say in Ghana, more grease to your elbows. Yeah. Jarda says eating food in another country makes it nearly impossible to return to food in America. She's right. I was sick for months when I moved back to the States, no matter what I ate.
Wow, yeah.
It's fake food, y'all. Like, we don't eat real food. Cat's out the bag at this point. It's fake food. And over, I'll tell you, like, when you get something in Africa, like, I have this one restaurant I shout out all the time because it was amazing. It's the Buka. I don't know if you had a chance to go there, but they brought food out. I got chicken and tilapia. It's the first time I ever had fall off the bone fish, right?
See?
you can't just go from that and come back to like Gordon's Fisherman. Like you just can't do it. It's not the same. Like when you squeeze the fish stick and it's like paste, like fish paste that comes out. It's not gonna be the same as what I had. So now, like I've changed. I haven't changed my diet immensely because I'm still on French fries. I'm sorry, but no. I have started grilling more, like trying to get fresh meats. And what I have realized now in trying to be healthier and be more, I guess, African in nature, like stuff is expensive. Like if you try to get healthy food, they're trying to take your whole paycheck out here.
Yes, they really are.
Yeah,
it's actually cheaper if you want to live that lifestyle back home. It's actually cheaper.
Much cheaper.
Yes, much cheaper.
Much cheaper. I think I lost almost 20 pounds when I was in Ghana because I was like, you know what? I was loving the Waakye, but then I was like, you know what? I would tell my friends, oh, you know what? I just want some suya and some fruits and veggies, and they were like, "What? You just eat that together? No rice, no beans, no." I'm like, they're like, "No noodles, no," because I'm not supposed to have that stuff because I have PCOS, so I'm not supposed to have a lot of noodles and rice and stuff like that. But I'll be going for bad. When I was in Ghana, I was like, whatever, I got whatever I need right now, but I'm like, because this could be a once in a lifetime thing, right?
Absolutely.
But I love food, though. I come from a cooking family. I come from a family that look, everybody, look, this food is good. Like, you want to try this? Come on, like, you know, that's just how my family is. Like, we're a cooking family. So, yeah, the food in Ghana, like those portion sizes were just, my life ain't been the same. It ain't been the same. I try to tell people like it just ain't been the same. Sometimes I literally wake up like almost in tears. I'm like, I gotta get back to Ghana because it is much cheaper to eat healthier there. Because you got the mangoes, the avocados, the fruit, like the watermelon there.
See, I missed out on that. I had the white pineapple. That's what I had.
See,
I was like, what kind of pineapple is white? And they were like, just try it. All sweet, no tang.
Yep.
It's all sweet.
And they cut it fresh right there.
Yep.
Everything is cut fresh. Like, and I have so much respect for it. This is what I was, Ghanaian women, I would see them get up at the crack of dawn. Like our crack of dawn here is 5, 6 o'clock. These women were getting up at like 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm like, how did you sleep? Where did you sleep? When did you sleep? And they were literally, this sun shines. So, you know, like I said, it's different, but they were walking around with their food and the food was still fresh. The food was still fresh. And they would have their fruit and they'll have the bag over the watermelon so that, you know, no flies or anything is getting into it. They would have, somehow they had pork. I believe this was maybe pork and like bread. And we would literally just stop like, okay, I want some of those. I would literally I would try to get like 100 CDs every day. So I want to shop on the streets. Because these vendors like, oh, okay, well, just give me this. I'm like, okay, well, you know, we'd be in the traffic and just be buying stuff like, and I was like, wow, like it was like watermelon, the pineapple, the mango, and they will not let you get an avocado if it's not ready. I'm like, I know when it's ready. Can I please have it? You know, but food was the bomb.
Okay. Bye, Jada. Jada says she's glad she caught us, but she has to go.
Oh, thanks, Jada.
Thanks for watching, Jordan. Yeah.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Jesse didn't tell the story of the one bite mosquito that's instant death from the healthcare provider.
What was it? I forgot so much. It was they had said something about like you have to get a whole bunch of mosquito repellent because if you get bit by a mosquito, I think it's supposed to be like instant death or something like that. Oh, Lord. And you know what's funny is we were in an Airbnb and I had a mosquito that will only come out when I went to bed, right? Like as soon as I like laid down on the pillow, it'd be like, right? And it was every night. But you be so tired because you done walked all day and like did all this fun stuff. He's like, I don't care, just bite me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there. And I feel like, I don't know, because I didn't interview the mosquito to find out, but I feel like we're friends now because like he never bit me. It just fly around and make noises. I never had a bite, or if I did, I didn't have any instant death side effects, right? So
any evidence.
But when we were at Cape Coast at the slave castles, we were talking to the tour guide, and the tour guide had expressed to us that at some point, I guess there was some movement to put like a statue of a mosquito. And I was like, well, what is that about? And he said, because the thing that used to kill the white slavers more than anything else was mosquitoes.
Wow.
Right. So they were getting sick. Right. And then they have like some of the slave masters were like actually buried in that in the castle. So like, yeah, oh, he died of mosquito borne. I was like, okay, so we're cousins now. Me and that mosquito is like this. Like, we good.
But and that's crazy though. Wow. Okay, I'm listening.
It's wild. And I think what really freaked me out about the slave castle. So we went to Elmina, Cape Coast, and Jamestown in Accra. And what really freaked me out about the slave castles was each one of those were built in like a different century. So you start out Elmina's like the 1400s, and then you get to the 1600s. By the time you get to Cape Coast, the technological advancements that somebody, like some sick person, put together to keep Black people enslaved and to prevent you from being able to get out. The jump just from the 1480s to the 1600s is ridiculous. And then what really freaked me out is most of the places had like a model of what the castle looks like. And you get to see like kind of an aerial view of the castle. You could copy that and put that over any American penitentiary, and it will be exactly the same.
Yep.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
So I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I've been to jail. I've been in jails and seen clients and all this stuff all the time. And you never think when you're going through like the buzz and they're closing the gate and, having things built so you can't just run out. Like all that, you never think like they pack you in there the same way that they did before they put you on boats. Like that's wild to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. When I worked at the prison here in Nashville, there was an inmate that came up to me one day. This is the day I quit too. He walked up to me and he said, because when, like you said, how the structure of the prison, Nashville is in mountains. We have mountains here. I mean, Tennessee is, surrounded with mountains. And so all of the prisons are behind mountains, basically. And so he came up to me. He was like, you might as well be an inmate. He was like, you might as well be an inmate. You here all the time. And then I looked outside and then I saw that mountain because you can't see the world. You can't see nothing. I said, I'm going to show you. I'm about to show you right now. I said, follow me. I said, oh yeah. And then when I literally quit doing this, I was like, yeah, follow me. Oh yeah. And I turned around and said, well, you see, you can't do this. I can't. Bye. Like, have a good day. Good riddance. But it was crazy because he had did some horrific stuff. So that day when he said that, I was like, yeah, it's time to roll up out of this camp. That was like the high side. Like when they call it the high side, it's like people have done horrific things. They just started the death penalty again. And so, yeah, they just start putting people down again. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe that's my sign. It's time to go, but the prisons, when you say that, that's the truth. So that's how I felt like, like being in even these big warehouses, to be honest, reminds me of it. And anything that make me think of it, like now I can't go in somebody's building and work for them. Sorry, believe me. No, I can't, because after walking in that place, and it's like almost like you can hear the cries, almost like the stitch in it. I'm here. I'm 10 hours across the ocean again. I can still smell it. So, like, and it's crazy. Like, I think I had a dream one time, but there's this movie called Sankofa. Okay. And years ago, like when we were kids, my sister would say, y'all need to watch this movie Sankofa. And her name is Sankofa. So we would be making fun and talking, like I was one of those people that would talk smack and make fun of her and all the stuff she would be telling me about Ghana. And she would be telling me about Ghana, but I ain't think like that it was Ghana, like until years later when somebody mentioned Ghana, and I'm like, okay, Ghana. I didn't think Africa, but yeah, the like you said, like that movie, I do encourage a lot of people who have not been to Africa, Ghana to be precise, to watch that movie, because it says a lot about how welcoming we are to the colonizer.
Yes.
And they should not feel comfortable in our spaces. We should not make it to where they're comfortable in our spaces, because no matter where we go, they make us feel uncomfortable.
Facts.
Even if you're trying to act super nice, like I say, we have here in Nashville, we have some of the nicest racist people you will ever meet.
Absolutely.
They so nice, and then they, okay, they, oh, hi, how are you? Got a wristband, then after, like, they saying nice stuff to you, then after that they go to whoever it is that's in charge, like the general manager or whatever, and they throw the rock and they hide, and not a general manager coming to you. But I thought I was doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Billy Sir said I was doing good. Like, what happened? So yeah. It's
super nice. I'm telling you, man, they'll be like, oh, we just want you to go back to Africa respectfully.
Respectfully.
You want to respectfully pay for this ticket? Because I will gladly go.
Why are you drinking from my water fountain? Respectfully.
You know what? And that's another reason why I am on my last strike on TikTok. Because there was a video where there was this boy, he says to the Black community, I just want to know, is it okay for at any time for a white person to say the N-word? I did a stitch replying to what he said, and they were like, this is it.
Oh yeah, you can't be responding to racism on TikTok. No.
Look, it's all good.
Oh, really?
Come to them. Like, no, when we send something to them, it's like it's oh, you don't talk to our precious little way. Don't you push them. You be gentle with them. But when they're bullying us, it's okay. Or if it's like, say, like there's some content creators, some big content creators, they be quarreling. I never want to be one of those content creators. So, but they be quarreling. And I'm like, oh, okay, TikTok. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. That's how y'all make y'all money. Y'all want to see these Black content creators with millions of followers. So that it doesn't just stay on TikTok. It goes to Facebook. It goes to Instagram. It goes to Twitter. It's all over the place. It's in the streets. So it's okay for that to happen. But when we're correcting or defending ourselves, or even defending or saying, hey, Black Lives Matter, and someone saying all lives matter. No. All lives do matter. But they don't matter until Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Oh, TikTok. That's the guideline.
Shut her down.
You did it again. I told you.
Shut her down.
It's like they want you to pander. And I'm like, I'm not going to pander, because
Right.
I originally, believe it or not, when I made my TikTok, my nephews made my TikTok for me. They were like, you're so funny. You're so smart. You're so pretty. You should get on TikTok. People will love you. And I'm like, what? You don't know TikTok? And so we started making TikToks, and they were just like, I didn't think nothing of it, but I didn't realize that, people were like really liking the TikToks for real. And so that's why I am cautious with what I say sometimes too, because I do have a lot of children that follow me.
Right.
And they like, I have a lot of, like I said, I have a big family. They call our family the football team. So I have those kids follow me, my nieces and nephews, and then some of their friends follow. And so it's like, I do try to be cautious only for them, because they're the future Black kids. And so I'm not caring about what TikTok thinks for real, but I do more so care about what my people and our children is coming up behind me thinks and feel, So yeah, TikTok, I'm on my last straw, y'all. They say, don't you say nothing to my don't you say not another thing to them. And I'm just like, and then on my message when I go to log into the page, it says, it gives me this big old red thing. It says warning, account warning. At the bottom it says, got it. At the bottom, I said, wow. It's just, all I hear is, I just hear a white person saying, got it. You got it, girl?
Oh yeah, I definitely think
I know
that just and this is why. So we've had shows about this too. This is why I am so adamant on TikTok about Black people across the diaspora, like having diaspora wars. Because I'm like, y'all do know as a white person behind this whole thing who just like, oh yeah, let's elevate this person because they said something negative about Africa, or elevate this person that said something negative about Jamaica or Black people, whatever. Like it's always something, and every few weeks. And I see what they do is, you know, they never promote the people who have been out here for the longest, putting out positive messages, like you, Daniela, Yolanda, everybody who's putting out positivity. They don't promote them.
No.
They promote the 16-year-old kid who's throwing African food in the trash, right? That's what they promote. And then everybody has a comment or a stitch that they put to add fuel to the fire, right? Yep. So, you know, I'm with you. Like I put out stuff a lot of times, and you know, like TikTok has a love-hate relationship with me because I try to give them enough of what they want without giving them what they want. But then I like am very brutal towards white people who answer with all kinds of bad stuff. There was one guy who got on there, and I mean, like he had 21 questions for me about Black people issues. Like it's just questions. And I told him, well, you know, you got to do your own research. It's not my job to answer your questions. Right. Yeah. He did a TikTok video basically saying all I did was ask questions trying to understand what was going on. And he didn't want to answer the questions, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, me, I do a response video, right? And I do a response video, not answering the questions, but talking about the fact that you even think I should answer your question is a form of white supremacy. Yeah. And they took that video off quick. They was like, "You bullying."
I replied to you. Like I said, you know what? At this point, y'all just about to get face shots and funny faces because at this point, like I have to be real, even discreet because like when I'm not a bully, but I'll bully the bully. Okay. And especially when it's the white folks, I'm on their head. So when you see all I see on my for you page, this is all I see because it's like this young lady, she has this song. This other guy recreated the song, right?
Oh, I think I saw that on Instagram yesterday, but I wasn't even sure what it was.
Yeah, they muted her song and tried to use his as original. And I was like, no. I've been watching her like before, like I was like into TikTok. I was in Ghana and I would literally have to watch some of these videos before like I go to sleep at night. That's how, like even Jesse's like I watch these videos like like you know people make fun of me because I'll be laughing like really loud at like 2-3 in the morning like you know but but I have to like that's me like I have to like watch it. But now it's just like when it comes to like these videos, like it's like now, like they just get to take our stuff and they just get to take like they've been doing for centuries, right? And then like when we say something, this you know they want to mute it. Like there was this one lady that I kept seeing on my timeline, on my For You page, and I kept seeing her. So what I won't do is I won't really post the original person, but it that way that protects me from getting banned. Right. So I'll be like, oh, you see on my For You page, and I just mock them. And then everybody's like, oh, yeah, I know who that is. That's sad that y'all know who that is. But they get to get away with it. Like they get to get away with it. I said, so this is the way, like this one girl, she was, she came for me after this one video went viral. And so she stitched it and she came for me. And I came back and I restitched her stitch. And I said, basically, I introduced myself. I said, yeah, this is who I am. This is what I'm here for. And come to find out, she's married or dating a colonizer. So she was trying to make it like she didn't want it. She was tired of seeing this stuff. But it wasn't that. It was because you're trying to protect and defend them. But trying to cover it up and say, I want to see jokes. I want to see this. I want to see that. And I was like, well, I make people laugh all the time. I don't know who you talking about. Like, you see the video, you done stitched it, got 25,000 likes, almost 200,000 views. I'm like, you done stitched the video. So it blows my mind like that. Even some people like that we want. It's some people that we need to know on this journey. I tell people, bridging the gap is not easy. There will be some people that we cannot save. She was definitely one of them. And they got sellouts for days. Like I get so upset when I see
people doing like the old like slavery, making comedy out of slavery and picking cotton and all that stuff. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You black, right? What is wrong with you?
Like, do you not realize that you still to the white man, like,
Right.
one of them,
Right.
like I try to explain that even to my Ghanaian friends, that some of them, you know, they try to, they see it a different way, and I try to explain to them. I said, you know, that in America, even if you are, you know, you could be Ghanaian, but if you come to America, you have to understand that it's different. That you have to stop by. Look, you ain't about to pay no 2-3 CDs to get out of this. Right. You could. That's why I ever made a joke. I said I would rather be in Ghana paying 50 CDs than paying for my life in America. Like paying with my life in America. Like I would give me. You said 50 CDs. Say less. Say less. You know. But I try to explain that to people that, like, we literally carry this apple on our back. We carry the culture, America, like on our back, whether we are African American or whether we're from, you know, the continent, we still carry this country on our back.
Absolutely.
So we need to come together and work together, because that's the only way we're gonna win. I tell everybody that's the only way we're gonna win.
Agreed. Definitely agree.
Yeah.
All right. So we're winding down our show, but if you're just joining us, if you came late, we're hosting the great Sarah Waakye. She's actually Sarah Weston, but she's affectionately called Sarah Waakye because of her love of waakye. And waakye is a dish. It's a local. Okay, sorry about that. A local dish in Ghana, which is made out of rice and beans with and it's colored with sorghum leaves and stew and meats and fish.
And spaghetti and egg.
Yeah, you can add spaghetti. Those are the sides: spaghetti, gari, and
shito.
Yeah, some shito. Shito is black pepper sauce. but so you know, Jesse was able to handle it. So if Jesse could handle it, you can. Right.
I didn't have to watch it. I didn't get.
But you had a shito. You had
shito now.
Oh, was that the red pepper?
The black
one. Yeah. That one's the black one. Yeah. The green one and the red one almost took me out.
Yeah, those are deadly. You have to be careful.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You have to know who's doing it. You can't just get it off the street. So
yeah, I had tears and I was still eating. It was so good. I can't let go.
Well, I just want to first thank you for taking time out on a Saturday to come out and be on the show and tell us a little bit about your experiences. If you are interested, you are free to give your social media out so people can reach out with questions or whatnot. But before we do that, I just want to make sure we put out this disclaimer. So for everybody watching, I know people watching from all over the world. This is for professional purposes only. This is not the time for you to pull up like you Steph Curry and start shooting shots from half court or sending eggplants and all that stuff. We don't want any of that. We want this to be professional. If you think about going to Ghana, or maybe if you're going to Nashville and you want to know where the spot's at, that's what this is for. So I'm just putting that out there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to give your information, feel free.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I'm on private.
Oh yeah, you type it in the private chat. And we'll repost.
We'll repost it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So I am Sarah Waakye. So you can do Sarah Waakye 0 or Sarah Waakye on TikTok. And I'm also Sarah Waakye. I'm the one and only. Nobody has duplicated my, thank God, because I got people making extra pages for other people. But yes, I am Sarah Waakye on both Instagram and TikTok. Sarah Waakye
like this
0. I'm sorry.
Is it like that? At Sarah Waakye?
Hold on, y'all.
There's an underscore somewhere in there.
Yeah, underscore. Oh, okay. Yes, Sarah _Waakye 0. That's the main account that they want to kick us out. But it's that one. It's 2 of them, and those 2 are both my accounts on TikTok as well as Instagram, Sarah Waakye.
You gonna be mad when it's a white girl that's named Sarah Waakye.
Right.
get these hands. Had to call up my folks. Hey, but yeah. But
She's like, I'm Sarah Waakye.
Yeah, they're gonna ban me for real because that's gonna be the last strike. Yeah. So yeah, Sarah Waakye's Sarah_Waakye0 is the main account.
Oh, 0. Oh.
Yeah, 0. So yeah, that one has 16K followers. So yeah, but the other one,
I gotta bow down for that. Light flex.
No.
You see how she just tried to pass that?
I
Like
love
it's not.
I love my
it's
followers.
just 16,000 followers. I mean, give or take, you know.
Yeah, it happened so fast. It really did. Like I just got on TikTok for real September, and it happened so fast. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, and I was like, I gotta embrace it. I was scared at first, but I was like, I gotta embrace it. My life is taking off after the divorce. Everything in my life just started. I was like, okay, yeah. So
positivity, I love it.
Yeah. I'm there, y'all. Come holler at your girl.
Thank you so
Not like
much.
That though. Right. They go, he like Sarah Waakye.
What they say on TikTok, not too much. But yeah, it was really good. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for bringing all your energy and all your smiles. We really appreciate you coming on here, and hopefully we can get you back sometime in the future.
Right.
And for everyone who joined us this afternoon, this afternoon or evening if you're in Ghana or Nigeria, well, thanks for joining us. See you again next week, same time. I mean, hopefully, by God's grace, next week. And have a blessed Saturday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You stay